She was at the MTV Video Music Awards, which is always, I imagine, for her a place that brings her right back to that famous Kanye West moment where she wins the award. Okay, you guys know the story. He comes up and whatnot.
So little then.
So little. She's a like baby girl, and she wins one of many awards she won that night. And she thanked Travis Kelce for being Magic and a lot of other things.
Did we use Magic when we talked about him? I know we talked about how good he smells.
Yeah.
We said he's fantastic.
So fun, and he's like a good time and whatever.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like everything we said. I mean, again, I'm saying this, having fun with all of it, but you thought it was so cool she gave him a shout out.
So here's what I loved about it, because Travis
is all of these things.
Future Hall of Famer, 3-time Super Bowl champ. He has his own resume. But yes, of course, his girlfriend's Taylor Swift. So he's going to be asked about being Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Fine. But Taylor Swift has not, until now, I haven't heard her acknowledge him publicly, right?
Right.
And
she showed a clip, I think, in a video, and he kisses her in the kitchen, which I died over.
But never her actual words of like acknowledging my boyfriend, whatever. Yeah. And what I loved about this, it's like, he's always acknowledging her and whatever, because he's, part of his job is to do interviews. And I love that she stood up there and she recognized him, because he is a fucking great boyfriend.
He's a time.
Imagine signing. I mean, look, he loves her. We saw it firsthand, like us at the concert and standing behind him. And I don't try to oversell this like, oh my God, we're so close with Travis. No, but like we will very, I don't know, confidently say, like, we can gauge whether Travis is into someone or not. Him at that concert, watching her and being and telling us the story.
Love with her.
And
I was looking at Jared and I'd be like, why don't you look at me like that when I do my first
Steve's
hit
eating guacamole,
Yeah.
not paying any attention to me.
Jared's like, great outfit, babe. Look great. Anyways, Jared, she's singing Lover. I'm talking about Dallas's defense. Get it together. Stare at me like Travis stares at her.
Whenever I'm on a pregame, whenever I'm doing like a show, I wait for a Steve text to come through. It comes through hours later. And I'm like, did he tape the show? And is he watching it now? Anyways, Travis
Mine's
in real time.
We love you, babe. Great job.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, so you didn't watch. That's literally my
what
first
did I talk about?
Exactly. Now I start questioning them. What did I say? What was I wearing? And then Steve shows me last night.
Did you copy paste?
Steve has a running list of different outfits I've worn and his nicknames for the outfits, like Oreo Queen because it's black and white. Like, hello? Anyways, my point in bringing it back to Travis and Taylor, as we always do, is I love that she acknowledged him for a very simple thing. Not like, oh, you're a Super Bowl champion, you're this or that. Like, you are magic. You make everything around you better. You make everyone happy.
So
and guess how much that costs? $0. So I just loved it.
I love this.
Are you guys still with us?
Yep. Turns happiness and fun and magic. And I want to thank him for adding that to our shoot, because I'll always remember that. That is so cool, because much like her song, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, this girl has done a lot of shit when she has been upset, lights, camera, bitch, smile. And this sweet little angel, and he's not little, that 87 is big. I mean, brings so much fun. And
all
he's great.
I think about is that in those moments, and I know for those of you guys that don't want to hear us talk about Taylor Swift,
you don't love love.
The podcast
you don't love
you.
love.
And by the way, we named Calm Down even before our affinity for Taylor Swift. Here's what I just love so much about it.
They're adorable.
You know the shoots where you're tired, the panel that you host, and you go here, you go to there.
You're leaving off camera and being like, really? Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, dealing with air conditioning, all of the other things that you've got going on at home. But like, if you've got someone on that set while you're tired and shooting, and they're like, go, babe, you got it, you got it. It's like, and she had this interview one time where she was like, she had won all these awards or whatever, and she went home and she said, shouldn't I be calling someone other than my parents right now? And being like,
I never saw that.
Yeah, she was like, shouldn't I be like sharing this with someone other than my parents? Which parents are great, but it's like, I want to share this with like my person, and like I want them to be happy for me. It's like my father always says, like, success is nothing if you don't have someone to share it with. So I just thought that was like a culmination of something, and like seeing them at the US Open, like,
oh my God, we have not talked about it. Them at the US Open and her doing her like dance routine and her singing and him being there and having fun.